Now this may come as a big surprise to a lot of you guys out there, but the girl that you're with, whether it be your girlfriend or your wife, well, guess what? She wants to be objectified by you. So here's the thing, women want and crave attention. They are objects of beauty. And if you don't believe me, simply hop on Instagram for 2 seconds and you'll see the millions of women who use themselves as objects, as sex objects to make money. They objectify themselves because a woman knows that her most powerful agency is her sexuality. And so here's where the problem lies for many of you men out there. You've been taught that to objectify a woman for purely sexual purposes is bad. You have been taught to fight those urges, to evolve beyond such primitive thinking and desires. That vocalizing or expressing the want to enjoy your woman in a sexual way is superficial and is not what real men do. So you end up being super safe, super bland, milquetoast, and worst of all, boring. You don't make her panties wet at all, and that is where you're going wrong. When a woman likes you, she wants to be objectified by you. I mean, think about what she does. The sexy hair, the nails, the lingerie, the clothes, the perfume, the sexy heels. This is all so that you consider her beautiful, so that you find her sexy, and most of all, that you desire her. So make sure that you're giving her that feeling. There is a saying that I once heard that I do not know who came up with it, but it is that women would rather be desired than be loved. Now, of course, they want love too, but the idea here is that women really thrive off being desired. But a lot of men are afraid of expressing this because it's been beaten into your head that you cannot simply enjoy her for her looks, that you can't simply look at her in a sexual way. You've got to be Mr. Deep and simply love her as a person. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, at the end of the day, we do want a girl with a good heart, who's got a good personality. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with wanting her to be sexy, to be beautiful, and for her to turn you on. And by tapping into your desire and not being ashamed to express your sexuality is essential to maintaining that sexual chemistry. So the question is, how do you do this? So the easiest way to do this is to say things that objectify her. So let's just say that you guys are getting ready for the night. She comes downstairs and is looking super hot. You can say something like, "Come here and let me take a look at you." Or you could say something like, look at you. Look at those legs. Why don't you turn around so I can see that ass? Or you could say something like, "You are looking delicious tonight, sweetheart." And these types of sayings can then be accompanied with physical touch. You can hold her hand, bring her into you, give her a kiss, give her a little spank on the ass. All these things that reinforce your feelings and how you see her and how you enjoy and are just in awe of how beautiful she looks. And when you say it with passion, not like a horny teenager. Being able to express your sexual desires while controlling at the same time is extremely attractive. You can indulge and enjoy how sexy she looks and how beautiful she looks, but you don't let it consume you. That you have to pull your pants down and start shagging her right there. Having control over your sexuality where you can enjoy beauty without having it take control of you, that is what makes women feel safe when you speak like that. You're enjoying her and you're enjoying yourself. And what this does is it rewards her sexuality. You praise and appreciate her beauty and how much she turns you on. And by doing this, she's going to want to do it more and more because she wants that positive reinforcement. She enjoys turning you on. She likes making you happy. Because women, at the end of the day, they grow through praise and encouragement. When you praise her, when you encourage her, this is how they grow. Men, on the other hand, grow through challenge. You know, if a guy is slacking off, you throw him a challenge. Do 50 push-ups, do 100 push-ups. You're a loser, you're a slacker. That's how men grow. Now, can you just walk up to any woman and do this? No, not really. I mean, it involves context, the situation, how do you know her, what's your relation to her. Now, some very confident men who are really good at speaking like this can walk up to a woman and start right off the bat speaking like this. There have been occasions where I've done this myself and it's worked really, really well. But you got to understand that the location and the timing was right. But if you do use this kind of approach, you have to say it with complete confidence and have zero expectations from her. You're saying it because you believe in it and you want to share it with her. So if you're new to this, I would not suggest doing something like this to someone that you've just met. Now, the key to all of this is that you have got to be that guy for her. She's got to be really into you and be attracted to you, because if she's not, you're just going to kind of come off as awkward and uncomfortable, and you don't want to do that, especially on a first date. But even these kind of interactions can happen on a first date, especially if you've got really good chemistry. I know there's been times where I've been out on a first date and there was a moment where we stood up to go somewhere else and I got an opportunity to glimpse her full body, and of course I teased her and playfully said something like, "Oh, you are looking really good tonight." And because we've already built up that rapport, saying something like that was no problem. She enjoyed it and we continued on with the rest of our date. But for some of you guys out there, it may take a little bit more time. Maybe you need to go on a couple of dates before you can really do that. But it's good to set the tone from the very beginning so you don't randomly just say something with a sexual innuendo later on down the line and it seems totally out of nowhere. So I'm a man who's comfortable saying stuff like this with the women that I'm with. Now, do I always say it on a first meeting of a woman? Not necessarily. It depends on the context. There's been times where I have done that and it's worked really well. But other times I'll get to know them a bit and then slowly build up to that. And being able to do this is one of the things that I've attributed to the attraction that I have with the women that I've gone out with. Now, the thing that I've noticed with the girls that I've gone out with is that they really love the tease. You know, they're kind of anticipating the thrill of some outrageous thing I might say. And that makes them laugh, that makes them giddy, and most of all, it turns them on. So if you do this well enough, they're going to associate you with laughing and being turned on, which, if I had to say, that's a pretty damn good thing. So all you guys out there, lean into your sexuality and lean into your sexual flirtations. Don't be stingy with it, and most of all, don't let society control you into what you can and cannot say or enjoy with the women that you're with. Don't let angry feminist women dictate your desires and the pleasures that you get from enjoying women. Women who say they don't want to be objectified are simply parroting what society tells them. When a woman is into you, you better believe she wants you to objectify and enjoy her.